So the shutdown is over. Finally, we can look at 2025, but it doesn't go without any growing pains. The government was shut down temporarily for a couple hours. The bill that took months to get together, those 1,500 pages, was a lot of planning to get accomplished to try to get past the first time around. And let me tell you guys my thoughts on that one, on what happened. I don't think Donald Trump didn't speak with Speaker Johnson with about this. Of course, this is the most pressing matter, especially after he got elected. So we know what to do with 2025. I don't believe that's what happened. Trump was in the loop. Trump knew what was going on. And of course, Trump was part of the process. He knows what, the Democrats have a majority in the Senate. So of course, we had to negotiate as far as what this bill is going to be. And I think what happened was we negotiated a deal. We had everything ready to go. It was printed out, and Elon Musk was like, "Let me look at that for a second." And he does that, and wait a minute, they're spending this. Let me tell everybody on Twitter or X, and then and then of course all hell breaks loose. This is Donald Trump, looking out for his boy Elon Musk. He goes behind Musk and saying he agrees with Musk. Oh no, Republicans don't do this. Don't pass this continuing resolution. It has to be a clean bill. Raise the debt ceiling. And like, Trump, come on now. You've been president already. You know you're not going to have the Democrats pass a clean bill with them on the way out. You got four Democratic senators that are still in office right now, but they won't be in a month from now. And yeah, we might get that passed through the House because we still control the House even right now, but it's not going to get through the Senate. So all you do is be spinning wheels. You'll throw a clean bill out there. You might get it through the finish line for the Congress, which I don't think you will because there's Republicans out there that, well, I will sign it if you do this because you got to deal with Republicans also. So Trump was just backing his boy Elon. He didn't want Elon to look, crazy. So Trump was saying, we need the debt limit to be raised. We need a clean bill. We need this. Like he knew he was not going to get that. He knew he was not going to get that. I knew he was not going to get that. But he was backing his boy Elon on that because this negotiation we were trying to get it done before Christmas because so you got to understand that Democrats they have time, okay, because they lost. They got the L. They're on their way out. We don't have time. We only have 4 years, okay, and 4 years and 1 month. So we have to get on the ball. We need to okay, what do you want? You want this? Okay. You want this? Okay. Unfortunately, and but take a look at what Trump was saying in the in after Elon Musk tweeted as far as what's going on with that the bill that they tried to get originally across that failed the first time. Trump says, if Republicans try to pass a clean continuing resolution without all the Democratic bells and whistles, that will be so destructive to our country. All it will do after January 20th is bring the mess of the debt limit into the Trump administration rather than allowing it to take place in the Biden administration. Any Republican that will be so stupid as to do this should be and will be primaried. Everything should be done and fully negotiated prior to my taking office on January 2025. So Trump says this as far as December 18th um, on Truth Social, but he does this. He says this after Elon Musk. Shouldn't he be saying it before it? No, he's doing damage control. People don't understand what's going on right now. If Trump was leading the charge of this, trust me, Trump's gonna go ahead and put this out there first. If that were the case, this was just happening of him reacting to Musk because Trump knew about the deal. Trump knew about the bill. We're trying to get the bill across, trying to get it through the finish line. He's not gonna, oh wait a minute, don't sign. Republicans don't do this. Don't sign this. He's just posturing at this moment right now. But he's backing his boy. He's not gonna make Elon look bad. Elon, what are you doing? You shouldn't say that. Then we talk. No, he's supporting his guy, and he continued later on with another with the first bill it died. So of course we need another bill, and we got our clean bill, but then we had 34 Republicans that didn't agree to it because they knew had they agreed to it, it's going to just die in the Senate anyway. You got 51 Democratic senators, and you need two of them to go rogue to back us up, so get this bill across the finish line. And we know that's not going to happen. But look, this is what Trump says. Sounds like the ridiculous and extraordinary expensive continuing resolution, plus is dying fast, but anyone imagine passing it without either terminating or extending the debt ceiling guillotine coming up in June? Unless the Democrats terminate or substantially extend debt ceiling now, I will fight to the end. This is a nasty trap in place, set in place by the radical left Democrats. They're looking to embarrass us in June when it comes up for a vote. The people that extended it from September 28th to June 1st should be ashamed of themselves. It was political malpractice. Also, the Communist Global Engagement Center, a project of the crooked Hillary Clinton, should not in any way, shape, or form be extended, and the shielding of the very corrupt January 6th unselected committee of political losers and thugs would be suicidal for any Republican approving it. Likewise, this is not a good time for Congress to be asking for pay increases. Hopefully, you'll be entitled to such an increase in the near future when we make America great again. Now, this is Trump's post, his second post he does about the government shutdown issue. And this is where he's asking for, okay, the continuous resolution to extend payments until, the government funding until March. But he's also asking to raise the debt ceiling. Well, you'll be responsible if you guys raise the debt ceiling. Yeah, we know it'll be responsible to raise the debt ceiling, but of course, this is Congress, and this is how you play the game. And the Democrats want this, and we have to give it to them. And Trump knows this, but again, he's just doing damage control for his boy Elon Musk. Because Elon, we came out of pocket and started tweeting, like, man, we shouldn't pass this. This has a lot of fluff in it. We know it has a lot of fluff, buddy. Don't worry about it. But then he goes out there and just starts tweeting without thinking. And now Trump had to do damage control. But look what the Democrats had to say. We had Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut responding, saying, "Remember, this is all about Trump wants Democrats to agree to raising the debt ceiling so that he can pass the massive corporate and billionaire tax cut without a problem. Shorter version, tax cut for billionaires or the government shuts down for Christmas." So of course, and you know what? This is all just total rhetoric here. Uh, massive corporate, massive corporations, billionaires, they don't have a they don't operate in the United States. They go to another country that has lower corporate tax rates, make that their home base of business, and they still just operate in the United States. But that's their home base. As long as that's their home base, they'll pay taxes on that country, which is a lot cheaper than we have. And they can still operate in the United States. These are we're talking about the billionaires now. Average Joe Schmo that lives in the United States, they have to pay corporate taxes. So when you talk about cutting corporate taxes, you're talking about small businesses. But the Democrats, they don't know what they're talking about anyway. But it's up to us to know as far as get past the rhetoric. But it got passed. Thank goodness. We could go and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Um, Democrats got what they wanted on the way out. But spending highlights that we got was, of course, the government was funded until March 14th. We got $100 billion relief in disaster aid. We got $10 billion in farmer assistance, but we didn't get there's no debt ceiling provision. So Trump was demanding it. Trump was asking for it. Um, Now that's going to be, as far as a field day for liberals, talking about Trump not getting what he wants as far as the debt ceiling. But it being so close to Christmas, I don't think there's going to be a lot of backlash from liberals, because of it, because, you know, we were trying to get this done. We were posturing, we're doing what we need to do, and we finally got it done. It's over with. So it's over and behind us. Liberals will still cry, think it's a victory for them, which it's not. But it does look weird, Trump asking for something and not getting it if people were paying attention. But of course, we know where we're at. We know what Trump's doing, and Trump just does not mind backing his people, and this is one of the reasons why he picked J.D. Vance as his that's why he picked J.D. Vance for as his vice president, because Trump knows that, you know what, he's gonna go with people what he trusts. When Trump had a decision to make as far as for vice president, I tweeted early because Trump, him and I, we don't sleep much anyway. I tweeted at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I told him, look, Trump, you want to win, you get Tim Scott, you know, black senator from South Carolina. He mild mannered guy, real dude, nice dude. Think of him like a Ben Carson, but as a senator. Mild mannered guy, no problem. He'll be the ice to Trump's fire. So, and he's black. His grandmother was, I think his grandfather was a slave. Um, so you can imagine you can spin it, from slavery to the White House in 2 generations. So um, only in America, and obviously, yeah, absolutely, it would be a great story. And but I tweeted to him, if you want to win, get Tim Scott. If you want, if you want to increase your Latino support, get Marco Rubio, because I was telling him, me being Latino also, but Latino support for Trump went from 26% in 2016 to 32%, and we're looking at 46%, which is about the same what we got in 2024. So that number just kept on going up in every time Trump ran. So throw Latinos a bone. They'll be more political. We'll have even bigger base than 46. We'll probably have the majority of Latinos if you would have gotten Marco Rubio. But if you want somebody you can trust, go with JD Vance. JD Vance, out of all of them, is the least experienced. Out of all of them, as far as politically is concerned, he is also the youngest. The dude's like barely 40. Um, but you can trust this guy. I know he says some nasty things about Trump, but I do ultimately believe that JD Vance is, he's a Marine. He went to Yale, smart dude. He went through a rough upbringing, and he's just smart as wit, charming, and he knows the political game. And of course, I think this is all thanks to Don Jr. Don Jr. saw him early on and said, "Hey, look, we trust this guy, Dad. Trust him." Like, okay, you know what he said about me, right? Yeah, I know what he said about you, Dad. Just trust him, please. And then he got in close with Trump. Trump helped him get elected, and the rest is history. But JD Vance, I believe, like I said, there was good candidates out there, and ultimately, if you wanted to, if you wanted to trust somebody out of all those guys, definitely pick JD Vance. No problem. Um, Being the least political is in favor for Trump in that area, because these other guys are they're they're part of the establishment, so picking them kind of like going a step backwards. But picking JD Vance is definitely be a step forward. In 4 years, the kid's gonna be ready. He's the real apprentice. But like I said in other videos, that picking Marco Rubio as your Secretary of State hinders that a little bit. So we're definitely gonna know it's gonna be Vance and Marco Rubio. Hopefully, Marco Rubio knows already. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna back Vance, and in 8 years, hopefully, I'll be president. Knock on wood, if that's what you want to do, be the first Latino vice president first, and then hopefully vie for presidency. That would be about what 4 terms for Republicans, which is unrealistic, but that's definitely is going to put up a good show, at least for 2028 primaries. But we still got a country to run. We got the bill across. We're gonna have a Merry Christmas. Um, we do know at this point that the update for 2025, we have 53 Republican senators. We have 220 um, congressmen in um, in the legislative branch. So all we need is 218 votes. We have 220. All we need is 51 votes. We got 53, and the future looks bright. Of course, we got the presidency. So Trump's gonna, try to get what he wants across, and just to let you know, he knows what he wants for 2025. And when people talking about, cutting taxes for billionaires, he's not cutting it for billionaires. He's cutting it for average Joe. Because you understand, when you're in business, there's only a couple things you can do. You're either LLC, sole proprietor, or your corporation. And before Trump, we had the highest corporate tax rates in the world, Craig. and we were at 35%, and Trump cut it down to 21. And then that was Act One. Now he's going to try to cut it to 15%. Now, of course, we got to negotiate that and see what we want to do. But it's brilliant by doing that because um, Canada has a corporate tax rate of 15%, and Mexico has one of 17%. So by us cutting it to 15%, not only that, what that does is has these people from Canada, from Mexico, to do business here in the United States. But not only that, but Trump says he's only going to cut it for people who have their factories in the U.S. So a lot of people that are operating in Canada and Mexico, they're going to come here because if we have corporate tax rates that are competitive to these other two countries, and you can just have your base here in the United States and have the same corporate tax rate, of course they're going to operate here. They're going to build their factories here. They're going to build their warehouses, and instead of building them in Mexico, and instead of shipping it to the United States, they'll be right here. So it'll be a lot cheaper for them in that aspect, and that's what business is all about. And that brings more jobs here, which brings the economy better, which brings prices down. And Drill Baby Drill is going to bring energy costs down, which is about 12 to 15% of Americans' budget. So, of course, Trump knows what he's doing. It's definitely going to be a big win if he can get it done. He's going to get some border security funding, which of course is just totally out of line. This guy, you got Biden selling parts of the wall right now, right before Christmas, and of course everyone's going to remember Biden's administration because um, him pardoning his son, but him doing this is totally out of pocket. But that's all I got, guys. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. If you're up here to the end, please like, subscribe. You don't never know when the algorithm is going to send you back to my way. Subscribe if you appreciate the content, and I'll bring some more. And I'll see you guys in 2025.